Holy shit, this list was incredibly hard to make. 2017 was filled with a lot of amazing games. So I kept rethinking my list. I kept putting in games, taking them out, putting them back in. But I'm pretty happy with the way it finally turned out right now. So this is it. Triple Infinity's top 10 games of 2017. But a little disclaimer before we start. This list is completely biased. I did not even for a second think about making it impartial. There are a million impartial lists out there, so why should I add one more to that infinite sea? So don't expect to see games like Mario Odyssey, PUBG, or Breath of the Wild, because I didn't like those games. I'm not claiming those games are bad or anything. Clearly they are not. A lot of people love them. I'm just not one of those people, and I would rather put some other games on my list. With that said, I hope everybody's on the same page. Are we? Great! Now let's begin. At number 10, we have Resident Evil Biohazard. Most people were skeptical this was going to be a good game, but holy shit, I'm glad Capcom proved those doubters wrong. If you're listening, Capcom, I wasn't one of those doubters. I always had faith in you. Capcom took to heart all the complaints people had about the series for a long time and made Biohazard go back to that horror survival game we all fell in love with all those years ago. The game does a lot to make the experience as creepy and scary as possible at all times. From changing the point of view from what we were used to, which was third person, to first person, to the audios and visual cues, which give you this constant sense of urgency and keep you on edge, even when, well, nothing's really happening. Capcom did a great job with Biohazard. Biohazard does a great job of what it tries to do, and what that is scare you shitless and put the fear of God in you. Bravo, Capcom, bravo, keep up the great work. At number 9, we have Persona 5. I don't usually play JRPGs, but I would feel guilty if I didn't have Persona 5 on this list. Persona 5 just offers you so much to love. From the catchy soundtrack, and I mean really, really catchy. I mean so catchy I couldn't help but download. To the so stylish and just in-your-face visuals. I mean hell, even the menus get right in your face in such a stylish way. To the gameplay, which is kinda hard to learn, but when you do, oh my god, it's super fun. And characters and story, which in my opinion is one of the real appeals of the game. Persona 5 is just such a well-made game and is amazing. And that's coming from someone who doesn't really like JRPGs. At number 8, we have Doki Doki Literature Club. This is probably the most controversial pick on my list, but god damn it! I couldn't make a top 10 games of 2017 list and not have Doki Doki Literature Club. I enjoyed my short but still amazing time with it, more than I did with a lot of the other games that came out this year. At first look, it appears like your typical dating sim, but oh my god, it's so much more than that. I really don't want to go into too much detail about the game because the surprises are the best thing about the game, and trust me, it has enough surprises to keep you on the edge of your seat for your whole playthrough. The best thing is the game is free, so consider downloading it and playing it, but if you're easily disturbed, don't. It can get very unsettling, and yeah, it's a horror game. At number 7, we have Nioh. I love being tortured. My exes are proof of that, so finding Nioh enjoyable is no surprise, because Nioh will relentlessly torture you and rip you a new asshole every time you turn on the game. If you can make it through though, it is so worth it because there is so much to enjoy from the game. From the nearly flawless gameplay to the gorgeous but merciless world filled with so much lore, you'll sink so many hours into it because you'll just want to learn more and see more of it. I know at first sight it can just look like your typical Born Souls clone, but it distinguishes itself from them very, very quickly. But the biggest difference you'll notice is the 3 unique fighting styles and its goofiness. Although it is a very dark game, it has a lot of silly and fucking adorable creatures like Kodama and the Guardian Spirits, and I just love them. At number 6, we have Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade is a game that truly deserves to be on this list because of its sheer quality. Its quality puts a lot of AAA games to shame. Without any prior knowledge, I'm sure most people who played through it wouldn't be able to tell it was an indie game. In terms of storytelling, it also knocks that out of the park. I don't want to go into too much detail about that because it's another game that gives you an experience, and having prior knowledge about what will happen will dampen the experience. Gameplay wise, this is where the game really puts a lot of AAA games to shame. The gameplay is flawless and I didn't encounter a single bug on my playthrough, which is something a lot of AAA games seem to be unable to do anymore. Overall, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is an amazingly made game, and not having it on this list would be criminal. At number 5, we have good old Cuphead. Cuphead is such an amazing game, and I'm so glad after being delayed it was able to come out the way it did. Because I was so worried after all the delays that it would either never come out, or it would come out but turn out to be so shit. But I'm so happy that it came out so great. And you must be tired of hearing this by now, but it is an incredibly beautiful game. Way more beautiful than a lot of the other games on this list. You can really feel the love and attention to detail that was put into all the art in this game. From the Cuphead and Mugman drawings to levels and bosses, none of the art feels half-assed in this game. It's my favorite thing about the game, the art. But thank God, Cuphead isn't just a pretty face. Its gameplay is just as amazing and smooth, but it's fucking challenging though. But not because of some bullshit mechanics or some whatever. It's because of the actual programming, and it actually feels deserved. It doesn't feel like it's punishing you undeserved. At number 4, we have Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Naughty Dog put good old Nathan Drake to rest with Uncharted 4 when they announced there would be a standalone DLC without Mr. Poster Boy. I was a little worried, I'm not going to lie, because I didn't know how it would turn out without Nathan. But I'm glad it is another smash hit by Naughty Dog. Chloe is not Nathan Drake. Chloe is not a Nathan Drake clone, and the game quickly shows you that, from her very different fighting styles and more stealthy options to her personality. The game is one of the shortest in the series, but its quality is on par with the rest. It has enough to warrant the $30 price tag, and even has the biggest explorable area ever in an Uncharted game. At number 3, we have Nier Automata. Platinum did an amazing job with Nier. For those of you who don't know what the hell Nier is an action open world RPG game set in the distant future where humans were, well, basically deported out of Earth by machines. You play as 2B.
It's a
Badass android who is sent to Earth to reclaim it for humanity. I know this game flew under the radar for a lot of people because of the hectic amount of games that came out this year, but that's a shame because it is such a great game. If you're into hack and slashy type games like Bayonetta and DMC, then you'll love it. Even if you don't, this will probably be the game that could maybe get you into them. At number 2, we have Gravity Rush, well, 2. Gravity Rush is one of my favorite games of all time. I feel it is criminally underappreciated and underrated, so its sequel being on my top 10 list should be no surprise. Although I do love Gravity Rush with all my heart, so much that I got the platinum for it, I cannot deny the fact that it had its fair share of problems. So I'm so happy its successor rights its wrongs and gives you a much better experience. It gives you a bigger world, more story, 3 new gravity styles, more memorable characters to love, and a shitload of other new stuff that would get any Gravity Rush fanboy wet. But for all that love I have for Gravity Rush 2, there is one game I feel deserves the top spot. The game goes above and beyond in every aspect, and that game is when I first saw Horizon Zero Dawn, I thought, holy shit, Metal Dinosaur, take my money please, let me play! But after I calmed down, I started to worry. What if that's all the game could offer me? Maybe that's all the game could offer. A bunch of shiny metal dinosaurs. I never for a second before playing imagined it would be this amazing. The story, the world, the characters, the gameplay, the visuals, and even the soundtrack are all nothing less than flawless. I did not for a second, not for a single moment, not enjoy playing through the enormous and beautiful world of Horizon Zero Dawn, which in all honesty is one of the most beautiful I have ever seen in gaming ever. But the world isn't just big and beautiful, it is filled to the absolute brim with things to see and things to do. Dozens of creatures to encounter and some pretty fucking memorable characters I don't see myself forgetting anytime soon. But there's also the story, which it will keep you on the very edge of your seat till the very end of the game. I can talk for hours on why I love Horizon Zero Dawn. Aloy being just so delightful, the smooth and just satisfying gameplay, but I won't. Those are just some of the reasons why Horizon Zero Dawn is Triple Infinity's official game of the year for 2017. So, what did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with my list? Tell me all of your opinions in the comments and leave your list too, because I would really love to know what your games of the year are. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like because it really helps my little channel more than you would even realize. Thank you for watching and have a great day as always.